Yo, what's up guys, my name is Mr. Freeze2244 and welcome to the latest roadmap and patch notes. So this is the Season of the Dragon, is what they're calling it, and this is for the patch notes for patch 3.2400. So I'll be going through all the patch notes, reading out all the best bits, leaving them on the screen, and showing you what's coming in the next few months. And including a new Celebrity Elusive Target that's coming out today, which I'll be getting to later on. But first and foremost, let's show you the roadmap. So, real quick, we have 2 new challenges. We have a new Celebrity Elusive Target, and we have 4 returning Elusive Targets, a Halloween escalation that's coming back, and 3 Twitch drops, along with some featured contracts and a PC VR update. So that's just the very basics of it all, and we want to get into all the details, so let's go ahead and do that. So starting from the top, I'll leave the patch link in the description if you want to follow along with me. So it says, welcome to the Season of the Dragon patch notes for Hitman World of Assassination this month. You'll team up with Bruce Lee in the Celebrity Elusive Target mission, the Infiltrator, to take down Jiaolong Wu, aka the Dragon. His arrival also marks the beginning of a new roadmap, Season of the Dragon, which brings community-spotted bug fixes, Freelancer VR, PC VR overhaul, and more. All new content is available on PC VR and PS VR 2, except for featured contracts. Enjoy! Patch details. Hitman World of Assassination will be updated to version 3.240 on all platforms, PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, PC, iOS, Nintendo Switch, and Nintendo Switch 2. Maintenance starts at 10 AM UTC and is expected to run until at least 1:30. You don't really need to know about this stuff, so by the time you see this video, you'll already have the patch, and it should already be, available to you to download. The patch size is between 1.4 and 12.9 gigabytes on all platforms. So starting with the main stuff, from today, what you can play right now is the Dragon Elusive Target. The Season of the Dragon brings a new Celebrity Elusive Target mission with a twist. It introduces martial arts legend Bruce Lee as an undercover agent tasked with infiltrating Concord Union through their underground tournament in the Hitman Hotel. Bruce Lee will rely on your support to overcome the Syndicate's nefarious tricks and secure his place inside. Victory for him means success for you. Free starter pack players will have the chance to experience this new Celebrity Elusive Target through a 2-level arcade contract, The Dragon, featuring Bruce Lee. Upon failure, progress will restart from the first level, and the contract will be locked for 12 hours until the player can attempt to play the contract again. The original one-chance-only Elusive Target will be available to World of Assassination players. Players who launch the Elusive Target will earn the Master Martial Artist suit. For new players, here is how to access the free starter pack. For PS4 and PS5 players, you can download here with the link. Xbox One and Series X and S, you can download here. It's showing you links on that page. So if you want to see those links, go ahead and click the link in the description for the patch, and you can scroll down and see those links there. Additionally, we'll be releasing a brand new DLC pack to all platforms, the Bruce Lee pack. This includes The Dragon, a 2-level arcade contract featuring Bruce Lee, along with new melee weapons and Freelancer safe house cosmetic items, and is priced at $4.99, €4.99, or £3.99. The Bruce Lee pack includes the yellow tracksuit, which is what he's known for, the Kali sticks, the Golden Dragon scissors, a Jade dagger, a set of 4 Freelancer safe house cosmetics inspired by the Elusive Target mission, the Dragon, a 2-level arcade contract featuring Bruce Lee. The Elusive Target mission will be available to play from September 25th to November 20th. Why they didn't include nunchucks there, I don't know, but instead they include a pair of scissors. Nice. Twitch drops from September 25th, which is today as well. We have a Star Apple. So if you've always wanted a purple apple in your game of Hitman, then today is your lucky chance to get it. Link your Twitch account to your IR Interactive account and simply watch your fellow agents on Twitch to unlock this brand new item. For a reminder of how to earn this reward, you need to link your IR Interactive account to your Twitch account, watch a cumulative 30 minutes of Hitman World of Assassination on Twitch between September 25th and October 12th 2025. Any streamer playing under the Hitman World of Assassination category on Twitch is eligible for Twitch drops. From October 16th, the Purple Streak Crowbar is going to be available. A second Twitch drop will be coming to provide Agent 47 more tools and more purple for the job. Please refer to the guidelines above on how to earn this reward and below for its time window. Watch a cumulative of 30 minutes of Hitman World of Assassination on Twitch between October 16th and November 2nd, 2025. From November 7th, we have the Dragon Duck. No season of the Dragon will be complete without the Dragon Duck. The third Twitch drop can be claimed like the two other drops during this time window. Watch a cumulative 30 minutes of Hitman World of Assassination on Twitch between November 7th and November 16th, 2025 to unlock that item. On September 25th as well, we have a new challenge. I think they pushed it forward to September 27th, which is what I'm seeing on the other page. It says there's a new challenge called Right in the Pie Hole in Colorado. Presentation is everything, even when it involves seasonal treats. Do this correctly to earn the pretzel. So if you've always wanted a pretzel on the game, now is your lucky chance to go and get that. From October 30th, there's a challenge called Full Bodied. Bury the secrets of Dartmoor and leave to ferment to earn the Sangfroid suit. Which is, it's like a red suit. I don't think they show a picture of it, but it's in the roadmap picture. Also, September 25th, they're releasing everything today for some reason. Assassin's Curse by Anonymous Creator. There's new featured contracts. October 30th, we have Kazuya's Japanese Horror Tales to welcome Awesome Comes and Thanks. There's a whole bunch of names there, which I'm not going to bother reading out. That's from October 30th. So a whole bunch of featured contracts come out today and on October 30th. There's also returning content, Elusive Target, The Pharmacist, The Bad Boy, The Entertainer, and The Warlord. So I think this is our first real opportunity to actually take out The Pharmacist in a free way of actually doing it, because the only other opportunity we had was a restricted way of doing it, because we had to like restrict our items or something. I can't remember exactly what it was, but anyway. New features. VR. PC VR has been overhauled with gameplay features from PlayStation VR 2. This overhaul is free for all owners of Hitman World of Assassination Standard Edition or above is required to access PC VR. We're not stopping there. As previously teased, Freelancer is now fully supported in PSVR 2 and PC VR, along with the Sarajevo 6 DLC and more than 50 escalations, Elusive Targets, and Elusive Target arcade contracts. Along with this new content, we've worked on enhancing VR experience with a whole host of new features and improvements based on feedback from the community. Two-handed tweaks. This is the way that all the patch notes come into it, all the additions. Aiming of two-handed weapons have been improved. It is now based on the position of both hands. Previously, it has been based on the main hand adjusted slightly with the support hand. Collision of weapons when wielded with both hands has also been improved. It is now based around the barrel of the weapon. This should help prevent drifting and when holding a sniper rifle above railings. Bullet in the chamber. Last patch we added tactical reloading where when reloading a non-empty magazine didn't require you to rack the slide. We have since iterated upon this and the chambered bullet is now visible when racking the slide. Full range. We've improved the black levels for PSVR 2 as some players noted that they weren't as inky as they should be. Sharpened scope. We've made some improvements to cases where faraway objects could become invisible when looking through a sniper scope, causing great difficulty when sniping from certain vantage points. Savor the moment. Various key moments and kill opportunities are now in third person, allowing you to take pride in your work. Intuitive interactions. We have made various improvements to touch interactions, including adding hand poses when your hand comes into proximity with them. Screw the big screen. We've moved some starting and exit cutscenes into 3D instead of using 2D cinema mode screen. Pistol placement. When starting a mission, concealed weapons, including example pistols, are no longer stored in a hip holster. Instead, they are placed in the inventory wheel. Firm grip. We've improved the alignment of various items when they're held. Holster feedback. We've changed how the feedback works for holsters. In PSVR 2, if you hold your hand empty or with an item in a holster, pressing, releasing, or keeping your finger on the grab button will give you feedback on whether you can or cannot store or take an item. PCVR, no feedback is given for the front holsters. Moving your hand empty or with an item to the back holster will give you feedback on whether you can or cannot store or take an item. Options Bonanza. We've added various options allowing you to refine your experience so it's just right. Two-handed aiming controls how weapons are aimed when wielding with them in both hands. The default is the new positional aiming mode, but this can be changed to the previous behavior. Firearm angle. Last patch we added an option to allowing you to change the angle of the held firearm. We've now split this into two options for one-handed and two-handed weapons. Toggle grip. Enabling this allows you to release the grip when keeping items in your hand. Throw sensitivity, PSVR only. PCVR only, I'm sorry. Allows you to adjust how sensitive the game is when determining if you're throwing an item. If those of you that have seen my VR videos, then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about with that sort of thing. I couldn't seem to get the throw to work at all. But that was the first iteration of VR on PC. It's probably massively improved since then. PSVR revamp. Some changes made for the PSVR 2 version have been integrated into PSVR to provide a more consistent experience. One example of this is that the agility options and blending in are now in third person. On iOS, Freelancer is now available to play on iOS for owners of the Hitman World of Assassination full game in-app purchase. You can now buy Part 1 for $30, €35 or £30, which includes all content found in the first 6 locations of Hitman World of Assassination, which includes Paris, Sapienza, Marrakesh, Bangkok, Colorado, and Hokkaido, including the Patient Zero campaign. Owning Part 1 or any of 6 locations allows you to upgrade to the full game at the discounted price via a separate in-app purchase. On PC, sharper focus. On PC, menu prompts are now highlighted when hovering over them with the mouse cursor. New additions for all platforms. The Ultimate Warrior. We've added the ability for you to holster 2 items on your back. Currently, this is restricted to katanas and the new Kali sticks from the Bruce Lee pack, but we are evaluating more items that may benefit from this feature. Safe House Shuffle. We've added a new gear wall in the Safe House basement. It is currently used to house items from the Banker pack and the Bruce Lee pack DLCs. Spooky Warehouse. With Halloween on the horizon, we've added some themed cosmetics to the Safe House. These are available to use now, so you can ensure your bones are sufficiently rattled for the big day. Undercover Antics. We've enabled the following disguised entrances in the Banker and the Monaschique. Undercover in the kitchen, palace staff. Undercover in the locker room, chef. Store remodel. In the in-game store page has been divided into separate categories to give you a clearer overview of what each DLC grants. So that covers all the new additions. The next section is the bug fixes. As always, many of the fixes below were resolved thanks to reports made by the community. We extend our deepest gratitude to everyone who continues to report issues they run into. Stay vigilant. Level design. Breaking and entering. Resolve an exploit in the safe house where the bedroom could be accessed via the bathroom before the required mastery level has been reached. Folded out of life. Resolve various situations in the Banker where the Lashif would suspend his routine. Follow no more. Corrected an issue where the steps could get stuck on the follow the guard. Fruitless escape. Fixed an issue in the Banker where the chief slipping on a banana peel could trigger the helicopter escape cutscene and cause mission failure. Leaving a mission, are we? Fixed an issue in the Banker where the chief would talk with General Murillo on the phone even if he was otherwise indisposed. No more stalling. Corrected an issue in the Banker where let me read that again. Corrected an issue in the Banker where using some interactions while poisoned stopped 47 from being properly relocated when the timer ran out. Sore loser. The chief will now flee when on high alert or when the VIP room chandelier is broken. This resolves an issue where the poker game could continue despite the broken chandelier rendering the table unusable. The house always wins. Resolved an exploit in the banker that lets players distract the cashier while being handed chips, causing them to be duplicated indefinitely. The casino's ledgers are balanced again. Tricky trespassing. Fixed inconsistent trespassing zones the lounge found in the banker, while the zone extended past the intended barrier posts. We also fixed the staff disguise as being regarded as hostile in the basement. Counterintuitive. Corrected an issue in Sapienza where breaking the glass on the display case and walking on the bag of potatoes in the butcher shop allowed 47 to run on the counter. No more vanishing acts. Resolved a small spot in Sapienza where objects could fall through the floor when thrown. Wall of nothing. Eliminated an invisible obstacle in Sapienza. Even the legendary 47 can't blend into thin air. When hitmen fly. Corrected an issue in Sapienza that caused 47 to fall when climbing through a specific window in the town hall above Bravalo's office. Beyond the map. Corrected an issue where the camera could go out of the world near the tunnel in the coca fields in Santa Fortuna. Boxed in. Resolved a bug in Mumbai where subduing the guard leaning on the wooden crate in the construction site caused Agent 47 to clip into it. You would think that the biggest bug fixes would be stuff like, the instinct working again, or Freelancer not bugging out, or what, I don't know, just maybe the saving bug that's been on PS5 for about 4 or 5 years now that hasn't ever been fixed or been acknowledged. But yeah, it seems like just random things that just keep getting fixed and not the big issues. I don't know. Anyway, I shall continue. Clean drop. Resolved the bug in Whittleton Creek where dumping a body over the railing in the garden of certain houses gave 2 conflicting prompts that could lead to incorrect animations. Smooth disposal. Fixed an issue in Haven On where Agent 47 could get stuck when dumping a body into the water near the villa's main entrance. Laser reactivation. Fixed a bug in Berlin where taking the items from the briefcase caused the laser tripwires placed on the radio tower to turn back on after being disabled. Unseen but not unbreakable. Remove some invisible collision in Chongqing found in the block. And that's everything for that section. The next section is environmental art. Unbuttered blades. Fixed a bug that left a knife lodged in the toaster in the apartment in Sapienza. 47 prefers his tools sharp, not toasted. Knock knock. Corrected the issue in Santa Fortuna where using the gate knocker at Rico's compound while an NPC opens the door causes it to start floating. No more surprise cactus. Fixed an issue in Whittleton Creek where a cactus would suddenly appear inside another plant in Helen's room. An important fix, that one. Telepathic construction. Resolved an issue in Chongqing where the crane near the block was not properly aligned with the ground. And that concluded that section. Character art. Fool's gold. Fixed the waistcoat of the Devil's Own so it's proper golden colour instead of white. A perfect fit. Corrected the visual issue with Mario's security guard disguise where the loose jacket created the illusion of a bulkier Agent 47. That concludes that section. The next section is gameplay. Case closed. Fixed an issue where the prompt for a silent attack displayed as eliminate when Agent 47 carried the camera and a briefcase equipped, even though the action only pacified NPCs. Handle with care. Resolved an issue where a crash could occur when picking up a remote-triggered item. My Precious. Resolved a bug preventing the golden wrench from being placed on the floor. Sharp end forward. Fixed an issue where the cat's claw melee weapon could stick into NPCs with the hilt when thrown, instead of the blade. Cleanup crew. Corrected a bug that prevented suspects from being cleaned up with shredders or incinerators. Delayed reaction. Resolved a bug in alerted syndicate takedowns and showdowns where the target suspects didn't enforce Agent 47 until he changed disguise or started trespassing. Recipe adjusted. We've corrected poison crafting in the safe house shed. Only the poisonous emetic mushroom may be used now as intended. What's the point of that? What was the harm that it was doing before? Using regular like I don't know, man. I don't know why they make these sort of changes. Toxic Echo. Resolved a bug where Lucifer's poison effect carried over into other missions, slowing dialogue until the game was relaunched. Out of Place. Corrected a bug in Dubai where taking down an NPC from cover behind a locker in the changing room caused Agent 47 to clip into a linen basket. And that concluded that section of the bug fixes. UI next. A certain something. Corrected the English description of the purple fiberwire phrase, now properly reads je ne sais quoi, instead of the incorrect je ne sais quoi, whatever. Lost in translation. Previously missing or incorrect translations, they are now properly translated and transcribed. The question is, does it have Turkish subtitles? Does it have Portuguese subtitles? Because they keep asking. Next, clear briefing. Fixed an issue with the final test where overlapping text could appear after loading a save with the mission story being tracked. Details restored. Resolved a bug in the planning menu where showing details of agency pickups unlocked by default displayed no image in the pop-up. Elusive, but not that elusive. Corrected an issue where Year 1 elusive targets failed to display in the career tab. Learning the hard way. Addressed a bug where choosing how to play in video in a Freelancer menu could cause the game to crash. Typographical errors. Fixed various typos found in the subtitles for dialogue in the Banco. That concludes that section. The next section is platform. Deal in silence. Resolved an issue on PS5 and Switch 2 where some sounds that were inaudible. Most notably in Freelancer when gaining or losing mercies. For example, when buying from suppliers. Yeah, I've noted that several times since we played it. Also, the whoosh noise when it goes into the contracts. When you're picking a contract, when you're on Freelancer, or when you're backing out. It's just them sort of things. Hopefully they fix those as well, not just one that they stated. Trust your instincts, once again. Corrected an issue on PS4 and PS5 where under circumstances targets and suspects failed to appear in Instinct. Okay, so they did fix it. There we go. Saving grace. We've hopefully fixed the infamous PS5 saving bug. There we go. So that proves that I don't read these patches ahead of the time. I just read it as I'm doing it. So the two things that I mentioned earlier, they have actually fixed, so props to them. We've hopefully fixed the infamous PS5 saving bug where the saving icon can appear and then refuse to disappear indefinitely. Thanks for your patience, agents. It's only taken you 5 years. It's only taken 5 years. Anyway, clear review. Corrected an issue on PC where the adaptive super sampling techniques option was not visible in the menu. Clone mix-up. Corrected an issue on Epic Games where the Splitter Pack DLC appeared under the wrong name and without an image in the installed content list. Sharing is caring. Resolved a bug on Steam preventing the Banker Pack DLC from supporting refunds or family share. Vacation restored. Corrected an issue preventing Sapiens emissions from being accessed offline on Epic Games. Confusion controls. Fixed an issue on iOS where the analog stick would show when using certain set pieces that didn't require it. Hidden marksman. Fixed an issue on iOS where it was not possible to activate the marksman trait when using touch controls. Limber up. Improved performance and frame drops across all iOS devices by implementing shader pre-warming. No more sudden exits. Resolved the bug on certain iOS devices, iPhone 15 Pro, iPhone 15 Pro Max, and iPad mini 7th Gen, where adjusting the adaptive super sampling technique option mid-mission could cause the app to unexpectedly close or crash. Where did it go? Resolved an issue in iOS where placing an item could cause the icon used to open the inventory to disappear. Surely it will fix if I keep pressing it, right? Fixed the issue on iOS where pressing the touchpad of the connected PlayStation DualSense controller wasn't being registered. Multilingual signatures. Resolved a bug on Switch 2 that prevented the use of alternative keyboard languages when entering names and descriptions for creative contracts. Phantom Agent. Resolved multiple issues on Switch 2 that could lead to Agent 47 phasing through doors and becoming undetectable by NPCs, bullets not hitting their target and sometimes culminating in a crash. Set your watch. Resolved a bug where Switch 2 save files showed UTC timestamps instead of following the system clock setting. Corrected an issue on PS4 and PS5 where under certain circumstances targets and suspects failed to appear in Instinct. So they've actually finally fixed that now. we'll test that later on. PCVR and PSVR 2 fixes. No more stretching the truth. Fixed an issue that caused 47's arm to overextend while juggling items, unintentionally striking NPCs from afar. Tasty surprise. Resolved an issue where the serving food and drink you were unable to poison the item. Open sesame. Fixed an issue where attempting to open doors with both hands caused the door to stay closed. Shush, they're sleeping. Resolved a crash that could occur when attempting to drag a body that had been smothered with a pillow. Just can't let go. Fixed an issue where a quick throw could fail to trigger if the item has a detonator. Unreasonable reaction. Fixed NPCs improperly reacting to excessive physical actions, such as being slapped or pushed around with your hands. Funk. Corrected an issue where throwing a pistol at an NPC didn't make a sound on impact. Corrected vision. Fixed fatal blacks that erroneously triggered, such as when smothering someone or when using specific blending spots. We've also corrected any remaining fatal blacks that occurred when bodies were dumped over ledges. Did it miss? Fixed an issue in Sapienza where dropping the stalactite to destroy the virus didn't complete the objective. Meddling mechanic. Corrected an issue in Miami that caused install remote explosive to be the only selectable option when sabotaging a race car, blocking completion of the Days of Thunder challenge. No effort neck snap. Fixed an issue where you could snap an NPC's neck while one hand was holding an item. Problematic placing. Fixed an issue where placing items with the left hand would cause the prompt to linger where the item was then removed from the inventory. Seeing double. Corrected an issue where placing an item, the ghost indicator of the previously held item could show alongside the current one. Camera conundrum. Fixed an issue where when holding the item in one hand, camera in one hand, the other hand could trigger it when moved. What? Fixed an issue where when holding a camera in one hand, the other hand could trigger it when moved in front of your face. This could persist even after the camera is put away. Throwing expert. Fixed an issue where the targets selected for quick throwing could be tracked for too long, causing impossible throws to be performed. Unreliable witness. Corrected an issue where civilians weren't marked as witnesses after 47 knocked them out with close combat or by throwing an item. And finally, spatial or unawareness. Fixed an issue where changing disguise during combat caused guards to shoot at the position of the disguise bundle for a prolonged period of time. That sounds funny. And then finally, at the end of this page is known issues. Below is the list of known issues that have been identified by the team who are working on fixes. When traveling to specific locations within Freelancer, currently we've only identified a certain spawn in Berlin as having this issue. With a large illegal item, it's possible for the briefcase to spawn incorrectly, causing it and the item inside it to be lost or otherwise inaccessible. We found that repeatedly pausing and unpausing the game for a first few seconds of the intro cutscene will prevent this issue from occurring. In the Infiltrator and the Dragon, when Bruce Lee is fighting, it's possible for the fighters to get stuck under specific circumstances, blocking progression of the mission. So there's a bit of a soft lock in the latest Elusive Target, which is a bit of a shame. But that concludes all the patch notes. I know it's a long-winded one, but I did ask the last video if you wanted me to read out every single one, and nearly all of you said read everything. So that's what I've done, and hopefully you got the information that you needed there. The main takeaways from the whole thing really is that we've got a new Elusive Target, including Bruce Lee, which is pretty cool. And I knew about this for a few days now, and I was worried that Bruce Lee himself was going to be the Elusive Target. And my worry was it shouldn't be a world where 47 should be able to take Bruce Lee down in a hand-to-hand combat kind of situation. Plus, the man's not alive anymore, and he's been dead for over 50 years. So it would be disrespectful to his memory. And in this way, the way they've done it, as more of like a partnership kind of thing, they've honoured his memory a little bit more. And they've done it. Well, I haven't played it yet, but hopefully it works out quite well. I'm just very surprised they didn't include nunchucks as one of the items. I mean, it's a signature weapon of Bruce Lee's, isn't it? Especially in Game of Death, where this outfit is famous. But apart from that, the fixes to the saving bug on PS5 and the sound fixes and the instinct fixes and stuff like that, they are big pluses. So for these patch notes, they're the only things that I really care about in these patch notes. Apart from that, I don't know about you guys. What's your most favorite fix? Well, favorite fix, or the most thing that you've been looking forward to in this roadmap ahead? Let us know in the comments. But until then, I'm going to wrap up this video. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, which is going to be the Elusive Target video. So stay tuned for the channel, and I'll see you then. Cheers.